soles of my shoes are worn, the knees of my jeans are torn. Sweat coming through my shirt, keep pushing even though it hurts. I'm chasing what I know is true, there's nothing that I would not do. And everyone around me drops, I'm never gonna ever stop. I won't waste another minute, no, I won't. I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission. I'm a man on a mission. Take it up, I ain't waiting and wishing. Take it up, I got that ambition. Take it up, I'm a man on a mission. When you look into my eyes, you know you're gonna see that fire. If you're standing in my way, it ain't gonna be your day. Bleeding till I own this dream, build it like you've never seen. Even at the mountaintop, I'm never gonna ever stop. I won't wait another minute, no, I won't. I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission. I'm a man on a mission. Take it up, I ain't waiting and wishing. Take it up, I got that ambition. Take it up, I'm a man on a mission. Won't wait another minute, no, I won't. I won't wait another minute, no, I won't. I won't wait another minute, no, I won't. Yeah. I won't wait another minute, no, I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission. I'm a man on a mission. Take it up, I ain't waiting and wishing. Take it up, I got that ambition. Take it up, I'm a man on a mission. Take it up now, take it up. Take it up now, take it up. Take it up now, take it up. I'm a
Afternoon. Welcome to the Kenny Spod-Cast. A brand new episode for those of you who are interested in European football, or le foot en français, ou das Fussball in German, or if you want le soccer, as we say in America, or football, mate, if you're in the UK. But today, before we start, don't forget that some other team is Friday, as you know by regular schedule. Some teams have already played their games. Before I get to the recap of last weekend's actions. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at the recent game that just happened today. Well, some of it less than 2 hours ago, or less than an hour ago. We had the Tottenham, the pest of the Arsenal Football Club, the stone that's been in our shoes in the part they call North London in England and downtown London and Teesside. Once you cross the bridge in the River Thames, the annoying pest called Tottenham Hotspur were able to collect 3 points today to go top, well, not top of the table. Tottenham now has climbed their way up to fifth position, right beneath Manchester City, who's yet to play, because don't forget these guys get to play their game either Saturday or Sunday. And Tottenham now collected in total for this season 33 points. Disgust me. But they are ranked fifth. They have earned their victory by properly handing a whooping to Nottingham Forest. 2-0. And Nottingham Forest is going through a rough patch. According to their games, Nottingham Forest is going through it, folks, because Uh, their matches recently have been nothing but duds, and they have been plugged. And if we're looking at their most recent record, to allow Tottenham, of all teams, to annoy me today for this victory. I did not expect Spurs to win because Nottingham has recently drawn Wolverhampton 1-1. Lost to Fulham 5-0 and lost to Everton. I guess we should have seen the signs. It is a good reason why I did not do any episode prior to this game because why? I would have given Nottingham Forest the benefit of a doubt to actually pull a draw here or lose at least 1-0 or 2-1 with dignity against Tottenham Hotspur. But unfortunately, Richarlison, who was the man to score 2 goals last season, again, well, I say last season because, well, kinda, because he haven't scored a goal for Tottenham since he signed playing football for Spurs. And last weekend, to recap on all the scoreline, especially in English football, don't forget that Tottenham did win their game, even though I told them not to do so against Newcastle United. Folks, on a 100% scale, let's judge only the Premier League. It's a league in its own, so therefore I have to make its own 100% scale. I told you Liverpool was going to win their game 2-1. And why do you know the score was 2-1? And I did say Mohamed Salah was going to be the goal scorer. And you're proper, didn't I? Mohamed Salah scored a goal. But it was a Harvey Elliott for Liverpool who was able to score the winning goal in the 74th minute, bailing Liverpool out once again out of the obscurity by saving their skin and to be embarrassed. That's why I said Liverpool will be the winner of the Premier League this year. I'm raising their stocks now from 70% to 80% believe that they are the team to win this. Manchester City, because you were the defending reigning champions, you get a 20% and 10% chance. Well, actually, I'm going to split your 10% with Arsenal. Even though Mikel Arteta, Puss and Boots, might be giving misinformation when it comes to his instructions, because I doubt half of his players understand what the hell he's talking about as a coach. If it was up to me, I would not even allow Mikel Arteta to pass out ice cream to kids from an ice cream truck. Clang, 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 clang. Who's passing this ice cream to you kids? Mikel Arteta is passing out the ice cream. It might have peanut in it. Just don't eat it yet, kids. Just in case. That's how. I'm not even gonna go into details. Liverpool is the favorite to win the entire thing, and I'm still gonna back up my statement week in and week out. So congratulations to Liverpool. So as you can see, so far my record is 100% in the Premier League. Let's go further down the pack. Bournemouth was supposed, remember I told you guys to pick Bournemouth last week for a reason. Now, the entire world is picking on small teams, not the world per se, I would say the industry. And by the industry, you know the gambling industry, whether it's Ladbrokes, William Hill, the big dogs, respect to all of them, because I've seen all of them and I've worked with all of them over the last 10 years. Whether it's Bodog EDU, whether it's this or that, companies like that, whether it's the Laurentien, these guys, they're doing a business and I can't judge them. Why? They have to do a business, so therefore they will pick the team they see on paper with strength. Now, I said that Bournemouth +2, +1, I don't mind them losing at 90%. I was expecting him to lose. But I gave him an odd at 10% to beat Manchester United, or even a -1. You don't believe me? Go watch my last podcast that I did a week ago. That's it. And look at what Bournemouth did. Bournemouth destroyed Manchester United 3-0. Surprising me with the +2 and the +1 I gave them by smashing Manchester United at Old Trafford. Something I never thought I'd see in my entire lifetime. A team who's in the bottom 11th clubs in the English table. If I'm looking at Nottingham Forest I said Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth should not even be in the discussion with Manchester United. They are 14th after collecting this victory, of course, with 19th point. while Manchester United is in the top 7. I repeat, in the top 7 with 27 points, only behind Tottenham, Manchester City, Aston Villa, the Arsenal, and Liverpool FC. These are the company Manchester United keep nowadays in the top 7. In other words, they had zero business losing to a team like Bournemouth. But when it comes to the Premier League, I'm gonna point this out not just in soccer but in sports period. When it comes to the National Football League, other known as the NFL in the United States of America or in North America, if you're in Canada or Mexico and watch football, same thing, the NFL, LNFL, le NFL, la Ligue Nationale de Football Professionnel. This, these two leagues are the most algorithm don't work on these guys. Mathematics don't work on these guys. I may have to call my cousins in Africa or in Haiti or in Jamaica to hook me up with the you know what I mean. Just to get the line on these two leagues to make them stable. Ever since I was a kid, I have never found stability in the NFL because why? It's too variable. As well as the English Premier League. I'm not saying you cannot bet on it, but you better know what you're doing out there or you will be messing up your cards. I did not expect Manchester United to lose this game at all. Big surprise. 3-0 to Bournemouth. And then we had the one I was expecting a victory because why? I know Arsenal did not have what it takes, the cojones, los huevos, the balls if you mean, to beat Unai Emery. Why is this? Mikel Arteta, the genius that he is, of course I'm being sarcastic, have not changed the team that Arsene Wenger and Unai Emery left him. Dum Dum came from Manchester City under the training of Pep Guardiola, who probably taught him everything beside football. I noticed that when I'm watching Manchester City, they have a big training facility, of course. You are owned by the Saudis and the Etihad. Of course, you got money to burn. They do have a training facility for people who like tennis and ping pong. And I think Mikel Arteta was mentored in ping pong and tennis while he was in Manchester because his methods at coaching football in North London at the Arsenal Football Club is we are regressing, folks. Back to the old Arsenal before George Graham took over in 1992 or 1990s. We may have to summon the ghost of Sir Herbert Chapman, the first manager of this club when it was founded, before it moved to North London to start annoying a team like to start pissing off team like Tottenham Hotspur. We may have to call the old guards from the 1800s to come. Arsenal is regressing, folks. Arsenal lost to Aston Villa 1-0. And if you're looking at the table, Arsenal is second place at 36 points behind Liverpool at 37. Aston Villa is right on their heel at 35 points. And trust me, folks, looking at Brighton in 8th place at 26 points, I expect the Gunners to mess it up this weekend against Brighton. It may be a draw. Arsenal fans, hold on to your draws. And I'm expecting Arsenal to play against Brighton well, but all odds are in favor of Brighton Albion to shock Arsenal in a draw or even beat Mikel Arteta. Because why? I have never found a manager so inept to tactics than this guy. And Arsenal fans, y'all will be playing at 9 a.m. Now, to get back to my predictions, and let's not forget some of the scoreline that happened today, is that Juventus have drawn Genoa, for all those of you who follow Il Calcio. And in La Liga, there was Osasuna versus Rayo Vallecano, 1-0. It was Osasuna. And in France, in La Ligue 1, Monaco lost to Lyon. And Lyon, this victory is very good for you. Très bien fait, because now you can climb up the table out of the being in last place in the league, so you can start climbing the table, because a team like Lyon with such rich history should not be struggling at the bottom half. Let's look at the table for Olympique Lyonnais in France. With this victory over Le Monaco, Lyon has automatically moved from 18th position. Now they've been replaced by Clermont And Lorient at the bottom, 17th place. Lyon is 16th at 13 points behind Toulouse and Montpellier and Rennes and Metz. So you should be in a good position now in 16th position. Keep on doing the goods. You've been led by my ex-captain Alexandre Lacazette. Hello Laka, respect to my captain. Always a gunner, always a gunner. As long as you are a gunner. You and Obama, big up respect to you guys. And also in Die Fussball and Die Bundesliga, we had Gladbach versus Werder Bremen, a draw 2-2. Let's look at the table for these two. No big change really. Both Mönchengladbach is still in ninth place, while Werder Bremen is 12, 15 points behind the 17th point rank, ninth in the league in the Bundesliga, Mönchengladbach. Now let's get to our prediction for this weekend. Actually, let's not forget the other leagues for my recap. As you know, last weekend, Paris Saint-Germain beat Nantes 2-1 in La Capitale. I did give you guys a prediction 3-1 or a 2-0. Well, 2-1 is a 1-0, 4-1 PSG, but if you went with them, I told you that Paris Saint-Germain would win, so that kept my record intact at 100%. In the Premier League, I got a 70% scoreline. I did pick 3 games. Now, actually, I got 80% because why? Liverpool, Bournemouth, and Aston Villa delivered, but Newcastle United denied me of my perfect 100% record. Man, that was upsetting. So I end up with an 80% in the Premier League. Now, to combine the other 4 leagues, PSG 2-1. Congratulations, I got that one, nailed it. As I predicted, go watch my last podcast. We had Rennes versus Monaco, 1-0, 2-1, 3-1. Monaco 2-1. I gave you the prediction. I said Monaco must be efficient. And as you can see, today they lost against Lyon because why? They were not efficient. If you fail to do the job, if your strikers go to sleep, so will your midfield, and so follow your defense and your goalkeeper. Now, moving on to the Bundesliga, we had Eintracht Frankfurt versus FC Bayern Mannschaften, nowadays FC Hollywood, FC Hurricane. Folks, this was the surprise of the weekend that brought my stock in the EU. Not the UK, but in the EU as a whole. I did not expect Bayern Munich to lose to Eintracht Frankfurt. I've been watching the Bundesliga since I was a kid. I have never seen a team beside Borussia Dortmund, Bayer Leverkusen, VfB Stuttgart, or the old school Werder Bremen that was being led by Ailton and Johan Mikud back in 2001, 2002, 2003 for the Werder Bremen. And when Miroslav Klose, before he went to Bayern Munich before the World Cup, became the captain. Miroslav Klose he should be in the top 3 German goal scorers after Rudi Völler. And I think he's in the company of Michael Ballack and Olivier Bierhoff. And that was when Lothar Matthäus would play old school stuff. But Eintracht Frankfurt did the impossible by beating FC Hollywood 5-1. Destroyed Bayern Munich in a historical defeat. My prediction, which I'm embarrassed of because now I bring it down to 90%. I had Bayern Munich winning this game at 2-0, 3-1, 1-0. -1, -2 on the spread, and as a proper Hurricane would score. Man, I got embarrassed like a mug, and I have to show you guys the embarrassment. I'm not ashamed to post it up. These are my 2 victories, which I had up front. Well, Paris Saint-Germain and Monaco, but the embarrassment, I have to show it when I'm embarrassed. Because this was an absolute slap in the face to odd makers. And Bayern Munich, you owe me a victory this weekend. You embarrassed me. I selected you guys to collect the victory and you have failed to do your duty. And then in La Liga, we had Real Madrid, of course, versus Real Betis. And I told you guys that 80% it would be a draw in that game. You thought I was joking. 80% draw, and I give 20% to Real Madrid because I know we're struggling. I know Real Madrid is missing the likes of Camavinga, my best midfielder in the midfield, because now Luka Modric is old. No disrespect. He's planning to go to Saudi Arabia, and next to him is Toni Kroos, who will retire at the end of the 2024 Euros. He's already said that. And when he says he's going to retire, in the same manner, Michael Ballack retired I expect the old god to pass the torch now to the likes of Bellingham, Chumeni in the midfield for me. So, and then of course when Martin Odegaard come back to home where he belongs. So, I kind of knew that we were going to struggle against Real Betis because why Real Madrid don't have a good record against a team of such prestance and caliber. And the scoreline came to pass, and of course, what happened? Real Madrid, who the entire world picked to demolish Real Betis because they don't care about football, they care about business. I gave you guys that 1-1 score. Go watch it if you want. The game was at the stadium of what's the stadium called for Real Betis? Sorry about that, folks. Estadio Benito de Vilmaren. Sorry, folks, I haven't played FIFA for a year since I retired from playing video games altogether. I don't know the name of the stadium. Sometimes I have to go look at my research thing. The game was goal scorer was Jude Bellingham, of course. That's our superstar, and Rubial from Real Betis. And I expected the scoreline for 1-1. I won on the underdog because I said 80% draw. That's how much that's how good I know my stuff. And Real Betis, you don't believe me? Here's the scoreline here. Drew the great, mighty, powerful Real Madrid, the official one. And this was it. And yeah, so you bring my record down to 80%. But the Barcelona game versus Girona, who's now top of the table. I repeat, in La Liga, we have a new top dog. And it's a team called Girona, aka Girona. They're currently top of the table with 41 points, ahead of FC Barcelona, who's been dropped down to fourth. Yes, 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 yes. FC Barcelona is dropped down to fourth place at 34 points behind Atletico Madrid, who's tied with them at 34 points. Real Madrid is second with 39 points. Girona lead La Liga with 2 points above everybody else. But let's see if they can keep it up this weekend. Now, this Girona team, they beat Barcelona last Sunday to bring down my stock. My stock now has been dropped down to 80% because of the Bayern Munich and the Barcelona. Barcelona got beat up 4-2. The goal scorers were Dubik, Gutierrez, Fernandez, and Stuani, while Lewandowski and Gundogan were the scorers for Barcelona, who scored 2 goals to save the embarrassment of being completely annihilated by a team like Girona. So congratulations, and now my stock dropped down to 80% in the EU section, not the UK section. We're not done yet. And then we had an Il Calcio, aka the Serie A, Internazionale versus Udinese. And I did tell you guys 2-0, 3-1. Enter 40% 1-0. Enter would score -2 on the spread. And let's look at the scoreline. It was 4-0 Internazionale. Here's your scoreline right here. And Enter shined. What a team. What a performance by Martinez, Lolo Martinez, Lautaro. What a performance by Marquis Thuram. A goal and then a brace and DiMarco. What a goal. Congratulations to Internazionale. But you are still being chased by Juventus and AC Milan. Juventus 37 points, second place. Inter Milan 38 above them, and AC Milan is 29 points, third. And then I gave you a scoreline for La Viola, AS Roma, if you will. Now, La Viola is Fiorentina. That means the purple. They were facing the team from the Eternal City, the Capitano, the team of Roma, AS Roma. And AS Roma drew La Viola. And I told you guys that if you went with Fiorentina as the underdog, this team do not fear Roma. I said Roma had an 80% chance to win, 30% chance to draw for La Fiorenza, and 1-0 or 2-1 in that 80% chance Roma will win the game. And the draw 30% came to the visitors, and the scoreline was 1-1. As I told you guys, Jose Mourinho failed, and I expected Fiorentina to make it very difficult for AS Roma. Even though Roma have the striking power and Belletti, Dybala, Romeo Lukaku, unfortunately, you drew the lessened striking force of Fiorentina. But let's fast forward to now, folks. Today, well, the game is tomorrow at 3 p.m. But since we're doing this episode, without further ado, let's get now down to the games that we're gonna have for you this Saturday. Let us begin with the Ligue 1 or La Ligue 1. I have a hot odd for you guys. Pause. LENS Lens, 7th place, will be playing against Reims or REIS. 2-1 was the last time Lens beaten Reims, and that was in May 12, 2023. The last time they meet, the last 4 times I should say, it has been an affair of 1-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, 2-1. Fast forward now to 2000. This has been going on between these two teams since 2021. They have faced each other 4 times since 2021 to 2023. So, to make sure my perfect record is intact and the 4 leagues, I always save the Premier League for last. I would like you guys to go with the underdog REIMS, even though Lens is playing at home in their own stadium, formidable, a stadium which they have beaten a team like Arsenal Football Club in. But this is a local affair. These two teams don't like each other. Based on what I'm seeing here between these two, I love me some underdog. Don't ask me why. Now, you're going to have to go with +2 REIMS, +1 REIMS, or I'm seeing a draw here. 100% either way, I will have to go with REIMS Reims 100% as my UG, as my underdog. You will have to do it like this: +2, +1. That is if they lose the game, but they will draw Lens. I would say 100% traveling to the enemy's ground. And then we have the 6th ranked Olympique Marseille. Aubameyang. I miss my captain at Arsenal Football Club. I miss Aubameyang. We miss him. He's on fire. He cannot stop scoring. This guy been scoring goals in the last 5 games of his career. I haven't seen him on point like this since he was at Borussia Dortmund. Aubameyang, respect to you, sir. Arsenal Football Club miss you. And they are playing the 17th ranked Clermont, l'équipe de football de Clermont. And Clermont is, because of your ranking, because you're playing at my favorite team in Ligue 1 nowadays, Olympique Marseille, just forfeit the match because I'm expecting Marseille to win this one. -1, -2, or the scoreline will be 1-0 Marseille, 2-0 Marseille, 2-1 Marseille, 3-1 Marseille. The odds does not favor you even if you score. And Aubameyang may score in this game with I gave Mohamed Salah 40%. That was the Premier League. So this is Ligue 1, no disrespect. I will give PA a prop to score tomorrow at 65% to 80%. Aubameyang will score. Marseille win the game. No disrespect to Clermont. I've looked at your rank on the table. You are ranked 17th to 18th. And traveling to le 9-5, to Marseille. C'est pas le banlieue, okay? This is not the urban area. You're traveling to hostile to an hostile stadium to face the mighty Marseille, one of my favorite clubs in football in France. Calcio. It's going to be so many Algerian fans in that stadium. Moroccan fans. Senegal's in the house. Congo is in the house. Haiti's in the building. Marseille will be live. And let's not forget Le Marseillais, bien sûr. So I cannot see Clermont traveling to the OM to collect victories. You will lose. And Obama will try to nail you guys. 60 to 80% chance. I'm sorry, it's just the way I see it for you guys. C'est la vérité. It's the truth. C'est tout. And then, folks, we jumping straight to the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga, if you will, in Deutschland. We have FC Augsburg hosting Borussia Dortmund, who's ranked 5th in the league, and Augsburg is 10th. These two teams play at 9:30 a.m. Oh, folks, by the way, Marseille play at 11:05. You can begin doing your propers right now just to get on board. But in the Bundesliga, of course, we have at 9:30 a.m. Borussia Dortmund. You know what? Normally, I would not pick Dortmund for this game. But Dortmund been... Folks, last weekend Borussia Dortmund capitalized on the mistake made by Bayern Munich. And as one of my cousins would say in the motherland, it was a miscalculation by Bayern Munich, which caused them to lose. No excuse. You take the L, you take the L. But Borussia Dortmund is a dangerous team. They may not look like they're in the title race, but they are firmly in the title race, whether by Bayer Leverkusen or Bayern Munich like it, or VfB Stuttgart. It's one of my favorite leagues. I loved it since I was a kid, and I enjoy the ambience, but not when you threaten Bayern Munich like this. And Borussia Dortmund is threatened by Bayern Munich. They are 5th behind Leipzig with 25 points. They are trailing Bayern Munich by 7 points. And by 8 points or 10 points by Leverkusen, who's the ringmaster at number 1. 41 position, first place. February 2022, Borussia Dortmund traveled to Augsburg and collected a point. It was a 1-1 draw. And then there was a 3-0 victory by Borussia Dortmund traveling in that same stadium. As you can see, 1-1 draw, 3-0, all in favor of Dortmund, who's chasing RB Leipzig, VfB Stuttgart, the Volkswagen makers, and the Bavarian beer drinkers, and the pill makers of Bayer Leverkusen. Now, if you ask me, for this game, I want you guys to be in the best position to win. -1 Borussia Dortmund. If they give you any odd that say Borussia Dortmund will collect a 2-0 or a 3-1 victory, use one of these dumbbells to tell this odd maker who's lying to you, hey, Marcus say quit lying, and drop it on his head like this. Okay, just drop that dumbbell on his head, because he's not supposed to be lying to you guys, to tell you guys to pick a -2 or a -3 spread for Dortmund. It's going to be a tight margin game, and I'm expecting -1, meaning 1-0 or a boring 2-1 from Borussia Dortmund. Because why? Dortmund struggled in their last match. The media will not tell you this. This team been struggling lately, and it cannot be trusted for a piggy bank. I'll explain. December 13, Borussia Dortmund was playing in their own stadium in the Champions League against Kylian Mbappe, Paris Saint-Germain. The result, 1-1. They're struggling. Against the team above them, RB Leipzig, in their own stadium, Borussia Dortmund struggled and lost 3-2. Prior to that, against VfB Stuttgart, Borussia Dortmund lost 2-0 traveling away to VfB Stuttgart. Red flag, a draw, to a team that you are competing with to win the Bundesliga. And then prior to that, on December 3rd, they drew 1-1 the ringmaster, the leader of the Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen, a team they are competing with for the Bundesliga. You see, I'm bringing it in. A team that's above Bayern Munich, you draw to them while you were traveling away to the stadium. And then you drew the team that's beneath Bayern Munich in third place. So you drew first place and you lost to third place. Now, how can I trust you traveling to 10th place away, a team that you historically have a record against, drawing them 1-1 on your most recent visit on February 2022, and losing to the beating that same team 3-0, but that was in 2021. Therefore, with my analysis, I cannot trust Borussia Dortmund for a large margin victory. Simply a 2-1 or a 1-0 victory, BVB. Make no mistake, folks, they will find a way. It's a stubborn team. They've been struggling for the whole month. 1, 2, 3, 4 games. They always break their duck on the 5th. They never lost 5 games in a row or draw 5 games in a row back to back. I expect Borussia Dortmund to win this game 100%. The algorithm is in your favor. And psychologically, you have the edge for this game. Why? You just drew Leverkusen. You lost to VfB Stuttgart. You lost to Leipzig. You drew Paris Saint-Germain. Now, this is the part where I'm supposed to be scared and go, no! Borussia Dortmund will lose against Augsburg. This is the trick. It's always a sequence. And my mentor taught me about sequences. Even though this is a philosophy that's applicable in baseball, hockey, or basketball, games, sports with high volumes of game where they play 3 games a week or 4 games a week. We call that sequences in the game. Psychological sequences. So a team that drew the leader, the third place, drew the 4th place team. Don't forget, in that sequence, Dortmund play against 1st place, 3rd place, and 4th place in the league. They will not embarrass themselves to the 10th place team. In sequence, if you use baseball, if you have your first game, your first header, your second header on the 3rd game, that's how they do the World Series 4 and 3, 3 and 4. And the sequence will be broken by Dortmund, and I expect a 100% W, 1-0 or 2-1 Dortmund right here. I'm supposed to be scared of this based on your form, but I'm gonna ditch the mathematics. I'm gonna go with the psychology here. On the sequence, Borussia Dortmund collect 3 points at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. It will be highly unlikely for them to draw or lose this game. 100%, I'm giving it to Borussia Dortmund, just not to move it, to make sure you see it slowly right there. And then we have the leader, of course, number 1 team in the nation, in Deutschland, Bayer Leverkusen versus Eintracht Frankfurt. This is the team that's 7th place in the league, who defeated Bayern Munich, the team I like in Germany, FC Hollywood, last weekend. Now, this team, folks, Eintracht Frankfurt, is a very good team. They're being led by a sensational striker, and this young man he's on fire this year. And I cannot, they have Omar Mamouche, who's their playmaker. They have Elisa Sikiri, William Pacho. They're a very good team, and they have a good striker. And what's theirs is theirs, and I cannot. The squad is deep. Pause. And shout out to troops. And with the forwards they have the Argentinian Lucas Alario. I just mentioned the Egyptian Omar Mamouche, alhamdulillah. We have Jessic Nangam from Germany, the Ghanaian German. We have Noel Fokil. Yes, folks, that's his name. I'm not making this up. Noel Fokil. That's his name, if you think I'm playing game with you. And this kid he's a hot prospect from Eintracht Frankfurt, 21 years old, German Ghanaian international from Ghana. These guys are very good. And they have the Spaniard Nacho Ferri, Madrid. I believe he went to La Castilla. And we have Ferez Chaibi from Algeria, who's injured right now, by the way. So I'm expecting Eintracht Frankfurt to lose. I respect your young striking core, but you facing the number one team, the hardest team, and in all of European football, whether it's in the UK or in the EU. Across the Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, Ligue 1, and the English Premier League, Scottish League, Saudi Arabia League. Well, these leagues are in their own territory. Irish League. That is, if you're talking about the British Isle or the MLS or the Mexican League, Apertura, La Liga, and the Copa and the Clausura in Argentina, and the Liga Brasileiro in Brazil. The hardest team on the globe right now is Bayer Leverkusen from Germany. I swear to God, this team is on a 15-game winning streak. Holy Mother of God. And the Bundesliga, I told you Florian Wirtz is that good as a playmaker. The reincarnation of the great Mesut Ozil. Respect to Istanbul, respect to Turkey, respect to, well, he grew up in Schalke, Germany, and respect to you guys as well at the Velten Arena. And you can't beat Leverkusen. They're on a mission to win the Bundesliga. And they destroyed the team in the Viking team the other day, FC Molde. And that would be a team from Norway, a Viking team, if I'm not mistaken. Fifth in the league in Norway. And I saw what Borussia Dortmund did to them over the week with Patrick Schick, who's scoring in the fashionable manner and the chic manner, as they say en français, merde. And we had Tassoba, we have Elipsing, and then Hoshiek, who scored a brace for Leverkusen, and that was their C team, by the way, no disrespect. Now, they rest the likes of Boniface, they rested Florian Wirtz, the playmaker, and I'm expecting these guys to come back healthy, fully healed at 11:30 a.m. And folks, it's gonna be a -2 on the spread, meaning scoreline will be 2-0 or a 3-2 Leverkusen. I am sorry to Eintracht Frankfurt. I like what you guys are doing. It's just that you're looking at a team who has collected 3 consecutive wins against your club each time they met since 2021. April 2021, 3-0 Bayer Leverkusen. May 2022, 2-0 Bayer Leverkusen. April 2023, 3-1 Bayer Leverkusen. It's not by coincidence I put -2, 2-0 or 3-2 Leverkusen. And I'm giving you a 3-2 scoreline because your team have a young group of strikers, meaning it would be a -1 on the spread, 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, because I respect Eintracht Frankfurt. I like what they're doing with the youth, but that's a 50% margin. All in favor of Leverkusen for the money line, 100%. They will deliver -2 on the spread because why? It's what leaders do. If they could beat the Norwegian team with the C team 5-1, that's their academic. In other words, these are team players that evaluate from college or from high school, the version of it in Deutschland, to make him practice or watch what the senior team does. In other words, a part-time team defeated a professional team 5-1. The best team on the planet right now, Bayer Leverkusen, above all the others, because why? Let's face it, folks. Teams like Manchester City have lost. Teams like Real Madrid has lost and drawn teams. Inter Milan has lost and drawn teams in the Serie A, the 3 strongest team on the planet. Liverpool has already lost this season and drawn team, the 4th strongest team on the planet. Come on, man. Bayern Munich have lost, who kept the perfect record last weekend. Have lost it against Eintracht Frankfurt, the same team who's about to get humiliated by Leverkusen, unfortunately. I like you guys, it's just that you facing the best team on the planet and you stand no chance, like Vince McMahon used to say, no chance in hell. You will get beat up and slapped up. Now, moving on to Il Calcio. Before I do Il Calcio, that's my second favorite league, as you all know. I will tap into that Liga. At 10:15 a.m., we have Atletico Bilbao, the home of Unai Emery, because he's Basque, versus Atletico Madrid, 3rd team in the league, versus the 5th team in Spain, which is Atletico Bilbao, the oldest football team in every football league on planet Earth, also in Spain. Now, it's going to be a battle between Inaki William. I believe Inaki is Ghanaian, right? Ghanaian Spaniard. Inaki William versus Antoine Griezmann. Oui, oui, the Frenchman and the Spanish man. He's both nationality. He's French, his mother's French, his father's Spanish, I think. Or vice versa. And you know Antoine Griezmann been on a tear in La Liga Satander. Recently, he's been scoring with nothing but panache and debonair and flair. So I expect a goal from either these two gentlemen at 90%. Either Inaki Williams score for Atletico Bilbao on the propers, or Antoine Griezmann score, or the ex-Real Sociedad Matador score for Atletico Madrid. Since Bilbao is the host, I will have to go with Don Diego Simeone, the man I would like to coach the Arsenal Football Club. Once Mikel Arteta get the boots up his Arsenal, I don't want to cuss. Alright, so if you ask me how will I approach this game as an ad maker for you lads, very simple. You will go with 30% draw or the upset to win the game to the traveling team, Atletico Madrid, because it's being coached by one of my favorite managers, El Cholo, El Jefe, Don Diego Simeone. You know this man don't play. When it comes to this man do not play. Don Diego Simeone, when he travel away, he have a way of setting up his team, just like Unai Emery, tactically, to not fall for the trap. And you will be offside 10,000 times in this game, Atletico Bilbao. I promise you lads, you guys will find it extremely difficult to score against Don Diego Simeone. This is why I would like a guy like him, a guy like Massimo Allegri, or a guy like Unai Emery to regain, or I mean Unai Emery to rejoin Arsenal to manage again. But these two managers here, Massimo Allegri of Juventus or Don Diego El Cholo Simeone to coach Arsenal, boy, caliber. There is level to this thing. Now, 70% I'm expecting Atletico Madrid to win the game 2-1 or 1-0. But because I got respect for Atletico Bilbao, I will say, okay, it may be a draw at 30%. But make no mistake about it, I am all in for Atletico Madrid. I'm not playing. Don Diego El Cholo Simeone will find a way to squeeze one of those creepy win, 1-0 or a 2-1, traveling to Bilbao. I'm sorry, Bilbao fans. I know you love your club. You guys are very proud. But this one will be for Don Diego Armando Maradona, that same guy you disrespected in your stadium years ago. Guess what Don Diego Simeone's nationality is? You'll take a guess. He's Argentinian. And Argentinian, don't forget. So I'm expecting, in the last two matches you guys had, it was a 1-0 at home and a 1-0 away that went in favor of both, guess who? Atletico Madrid. Oh, 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 oh. Don Diego El Cholo Simeone. Let's go. And then on Sunday at 3 p.m. we have my favorite club with my Arsenal Football Club, because I do share the philosophy 50-50. And right now, folks, I got 100% migraine up my Arsenal. Because why? Both of my club are doing bad. Madrid is crap because I don't have a striker. Yes, we have to admit it. And Arsenal, let's not even start. But after drawing Real Betis, I demand a victory from Carlo Ancelotti. 100%. We're facing the number one team in the league. Well, not the number one team in the league, for God's sake. We are facing on Sunday at 3 p.m. Villarreal. Villarreal is ranked 14th on the table. And Real Madrid is ranked second. Now, we just drew Real Betis last weekend. I've been saying this, just like Arsenal Football Club is my fate. Two clubs I love with a passion, and they both make the same silly mistake weekends and week out, depending on one superstar to fulfill their biddings. Real Madrid focus on Bellingham to do the biddings every match. Jude Bellingham cannot keep saving us in every match. Joselu, I'm calling on you once again. I like speaking on you. I like you. You're a good guy. Joselu, I expect a big game from you. Brahim Diaz, I expect a big game from you. Vinicius is clopy clopin 50-50. Whenever he feel ready, he can come back. I don't care. Maestro number 11. I'm talking to you, Rodrigo. I'm talking to you. That performance against Real Betis, I don't like it. I will need you to come back stronger. I demand a Real Madrid victory. Jesus Christ, even though you guys are in limbo right now. But according to history, since the last time we played, back on January 10th in the Copa del Rey, which is the FA Cup in Spain, Real Madrid took a defeat against Villarreal 3-2. I believe it was against these two. And yeah, we have lost against them 3-2, and I don't want that to be repeated. That was a 1-0 technically. And then on January 7th, 2023, Madrid 1-1. And then Real beat them. Well, that was way back. Now, look here. History got nothing to do with this game. I don't care about that. Real Madrid must win against Verona by all means. I demand a 1-0, 2-0, or a 2-1 victory, 80%. 20% draw in favor of Villarreal because you're playing at the Bernabeu. In our stadium, because I only have two in the game, one in the UK, one in Europe. North London at the Emirates Stadium. I don't like that damn stadium, he's haunted. And then the Bernabeu. I demand a victory. Nothing more. I don't want no draws. I already have a pair of my own. So I demand, pause. I demand a win from Real Madrid by all means necessary. I don't know how you guys are going to find it for me. I expect a win. That's all. And then in the Serie A, like this, folks. But sorry for getting a bit emotional, even though I promise you guys not to get my emotion into this. But drawing a team like Real Betis last weekend, no disrespect, I was expecting Madrid to show up to collect me a victory, but unfortunately, they had other ideas on their mind. You footballers, you don't get paid to think. You get paid to play football. No disrespect. You can think. After 90 minutes, and after the ref go, and you go back to your locker room, you can do your thinking there. And then we have, now in my second favorite league, Il Calcio, aka the Serie A. We have the 6th ranked team. I'm ashamed. I will put my head down when I do this one for Napoli. As title defenders, we're not supposed to be ranked in 6th place against the 10th place. Well, Cagliari visiting Napoli. And it's bad. One of my team in Italy. And the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, my third favorite stadium after the Emirates, the Bernabeu, and yeah, I like me some Napoli. And as I'm doing this, let me cover my face. Napoli is on a 2 loss streaks, and Mr. Walter Mazzari, I need a victory again. I'm begging here, -1 Napoli, or 1-0 or a 2-1 Napoli. I expect you to bounce back against a team like Cagliari, because when I'm looking at the table, Napoli have zero excuse but to get me my victory. Mr. Mazzari, I know you're new on the job at Napoli, but I'm missing Don Luciano Spalletti right now. And Don Luciano, I know you went to Lazio, but you left us in limbo in Napoli. It's bad right now, it's bad. And I don't like that. It's muy malo. It's no good. And -1, 1-0, 2-1 Napoli. Napoli need to win this game. We are ranked 24 points behind Bologna. Roma, AC Milan, Juventus, and Inter Milan, folks. You wouldn't believe this if I told you that we were the one defending the title. The suspension of Victor Osimhen and the issue with that damn social media nonsense. A tweet! These tweets got him in trouble. He was suspended for a couple of games due to the fans that were outraged in Naples against the Nigerian goal scoring machine, and that cost me many points. And now I'm sitting right above the top 7. I'm 6th ranked above Fiorentina, neck and neck, 24 points each, and it's looking bad. It's looking bad. It's looking bad. We need help. Mayday, mayday. I need a victory from both of you. You and Real Madrid. You are both owe me a victory in my top 3 teams in Europe. I don't care how you do it. You will fetch my victory for me. Bayern Munich, if you notice, folks, I don't name him in my favorite team. It's a team I admire. Because if to love Bayern Munich would be to love, I love Bayern, I respect them. But my 3 top favorite team in Europe is Arsenal, Madrid, and Napoli, and that's that. Because I have my reason. You win too much. And let the other teams in Germany win too, bro. If you're in Paris Saint-Germain, same thing go in Paris. That's why I support Marseille as rebels. Because when you win like the league 10 times in a row, it leave a bad taste in odd maker's mouth. Pause. A shout out to Troops once again. Because why? We like to see you challenge as a perennial winner. This is why you in Paris Saint-Germain will be a team that I respect, just like I respect Liverpool. But you 3 teams, Bayern Munich, Liverpool FC, you earn my respect as perennial winners. But I have my favorites, and I stick by them to thick and thin. Even though the 3 bombs right now pissing me off, but they're still my clubs, and I have to stand by them to thick and thin. And then we have the big game. Well, you are expecting Lazio versus Internazionale, wrong. I will give you a clue for that game. I'm not going to put this on my list because I did fail last weekend on my predictions. And folks, Lazio versus Inter Milan play on Sunday, game of the weekend. In Europe, for me, if you ask me, history is behind this game. Lazio di Roma, Paolo Di Canio, history, Hernan Crespo, the Inzaghis. Man, history here versus Inter Milan, the Inzaghi brothers alone. One of the Inzaghi brothers is actually the one coaching Inter Milan. He used to be the main striker for Lazio when he was there, when Veron was there, when the likes of Francesco Totti was going up against Lazio back in the old school days. So this game is rich in history itself. So at 2:45, you're looking at a Il Calcio Classique, sweet like wine. Sweet like martini and olive. Andiamo, let's go. So this game it's not the one I'm gonna give you, but if you want a tip for the Inter Milan versus Lazio, go with the money line. Internazionale win this game 1-0 or 2-1. Money line 100%. The form they're on right now is phenomenal, and I'm expecting the ex team of El Fenomeno, Ronaldo from Brazil, Luis Nazario, to collect 3 points, and I expect a big game from Lautaro Martinez and Marcus Thuram. But the game I want to focus on is the one that nobody's talking about. It's a game that overlooked, but it's a very tricky game. Napoli play on Saturday, by the way, which is tomorrow. But for this game here, it's AC Milano versus Monza. So Monza they're doing okay, but they're a bogey team. Bogey team is team that's in the top 10. Top 10, we call them bogey team. They can shock you, they can please you. Pause. And ranked 9 with 21 points, facing AC Milan, thirdly ranked in the league at 29 points, trailing Juventus and Inter Milan. I know this team need to get out of that 9th rank to bump up Atalanta and Fiorentina to move to the top 6. Folks, I'm expecting AC Milan to win at the San Siro 100%. It's Los Rossoneri's ground. But this victory will be 1-0. Because why? On February 18th, 2023, Milan struggled to beat them. It was a 1-0 scoreline. And then on August 23rd, AC Milan mugged this team by scoring 7 goals in one match, August 2023, if I can remember. But guess what? That same team, Mozzarella, fought back and lost this match game. Guess how much? 7-6. They scored 6 goals to tide AC Milan in that game. They don't fear Milan. That's why this team is in the top 10. They will not fear AC Milan. If you ask me, I am picking FC Mozzarella, Monza, like the cheese, plus, that's my underdog of the weekend in any category, whether it's the NFL, UFC, or even boxing this weekend. Mozzarella is my underdog, 100%, plus 2, plus 3, and even the low mark, plus 1. They will shock AC Milan so bad. And I'm going to laugh. Because why? AC Milan, even though they beat this team, scoring 7 goals. A statistic nobody would bother going way back in time to pull for you. But your boy got you like always. I told you I got your back covered. Like a chiropractor. You think I was joking. I had to dig deep to find this stat on this one. 7-6. And this team fought back. 6-7. Accepted the loss. But still covered the spread. Now let's close the show with the most exciting league. The most marketed league, of course. My favorite league. Because Arsenal play in the Premier League. And like always, I will do it as I do the prediction with you guys. Because the Premier League is tricky. The EPL, as I call it, the English Premier League, is very tricky, just like the NFL. In the blink of an eye, your favorite team will be shedding tears if you don't pay attention. Number 1, this weekend I have for you guys. Well, I will give you guys 5 predictions for the Premier League. Now remember, I have a 100% scale for the other leagues. BundesLiga, La Liga, Serie A, and La Ligue 1 combined together. In the Premier League, 100% is applicable only, just like the NFL, solely to that league. Let's start with the game for tomorrow for your prediction. It's the very first game of the day in the Premier League. Bournemouth versus FC Luton. You probably wondering, like, why would I want to put this game, 2 teams that nobody even pay attention to on the table, is the Premier League. On any given Saturday and Sunday, NFL say on any given Sunday, in the UK they should say in England, on any given Saturday, Sunday and Monday, or Friday night too when they have the occasional ones, you might get clipped. So now, you're probably thinking because Bournemouth just beat Manchester United 3-0 at Old Trafford last weekend, they're going to beat FC Luton. FC Luton is a fighter. They earn my respect. They force Arsenal to fight. 4-3, Arsenal barely scraped. Like a dog who went out of the house when there is no food to eat because you got to go eat at the neighbors. The dog had to scratch. FC Luton is no joke. And I'm going to give him their respect. I'm going to go with FC Luton as the underdog, as you should. Because Bournemouth is on this false sense of, oh, we beat Manchester United 3-0. Okay. All right. Looking at the history of these 2 teams, they haven't played each other a lot. 2021, Bournemouth barely beat Luton 2-1. And then Luton returned them the favor back in January 15th and the championship by spanking Bournemouth 3-2. You don't believe me? There it is right there in sequence. I told you I got you covered. The Premier League, I'm starting to figure it out. This league is the trickiest league, even trickier than the NFL. Now, Luton's returned the favor by beating Bournemouth 3-2. So now what you're going to do for this game for tomorrow, since there is no major injury between these two teams, and if you're looking at the form, Luton is 18th on the table at the bottom half. Bournemouth is only 4 points above, 4 classification above them at 14th point. Bournemouth have won 5 games straight. Luton is in a 2 games winning streak. Ratio goals per match, I would say mathematically 1.3 Bournemouth, because they scored 3 against Manchester United, they bump it up. Luton goal ratio is 1.06. The similarity is uncanny here. Last two, the biggest one between these two teams since August to now, Bournemouth beat United 3-0, and then the biggest loss was against Manchester City 6-1. FC Luton only lost to Brighton 4-0 and only lost to Everton. Biggest win against Everton was 2-1. So all in favor here on the underdog FC Luton. Shout out to Don Robbie from AFTV. I know your son play for Luton, and I think Troop's son play for Brentford. Respect to you lads, and respect to your. I hope one day that you guys go pro and play for the Arsenal Football Club, Real Madrid, or if you're in Italy, play for Napoli. And if you're in Germany, Bayern Munich. If you are in France, do not play for PSG. You play for Marseille or Olympique Lyonnais. FC Luton, folks, as my underdog here against Bournemouth. Sorry, Bournemouth. Your victory against Manchester United was a flaw. I'm not buying it. Because why? In the championship last year, because nobody paid attention to the championship, everybody also watched the Premier League, you choked against Luton. They beat you 3-2. You both got promoted from the same championship to first division. So I will have to go with +2 Luton, showing you love, +1 Luton, or my favorite bet for this one, 90% draw Luton, scoreline 1-1, 2-2, or 10% Luton win the game. This is at 10 a.m. Mark my word, if I'm wrong, then Allah and my mentor did not bless me with the gift that I have today. Mark my word like this, folks. FC Luton, do not believe their hype that Bournemouth sold you guys last Sunday against Manchester United. United is terrible right now defensively. And from what I'm hearing, Graham Harry Potter will be their manager once Ten Hag get fired by Manchester United in the next 3 weeks, especially if he loses against Liverpool on Sunday for Derby weekend. But Luton will shock you guys. You'll be amazed how Luton choked Bournemouth. And then my number 2 game for this Saturday, before I close this special sports cast on my birthday week. Yes, Arsenal fans, it was my birthday week. That's why it took me time to gather these stats for you guys. Bloody hell. And we have Chelsea versus Sheffield United, folks. Avoid this game by all means necessary. Chelsea cannot be trusted right now. The jury is out on Chelsea, and this team cannot be trusted. Chelsea's last 5 forms, I will not even bother putting this on my sheet, because why? Chelsea is terrible, and they have to be called on being terrible. These are Chelsea FC's last 4 results. Newcastle United, 4-1 beatdown. Brighton Albion, they won this one, barely won it, 3-2. Manchester United beat Chelsea 2-1. Everton, you know what? Ignore this game, folks. If they beat Sheffield United, congratulations to Chelsea if you do. If Sheffield United draw or beat you at Stamford Bridge, you will be the laughingstock of the weekend if you do. Now, we have Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. We all know that Manchester City should beat Crystal Palace at 10 a.m. this coming Saturday. If you love your money line spread, I'll give you a tip. -1, -2 City to beat Crystal Palace. And Chelsea on the money line. Come on, man. -1 beat Sheffield. I will not put it down because that'd be embarrassing for my stats. but I know other people are itching to place their wagers. We have Burnley versus Everton at 12:30 in the afternoon, the last game on Saturday. Folks, Vincent Company versus Sean Dyche. I will have to go with the experienced manager who's been coaching in the league for years. This is Vincent Company's first job as a manager, not as a player in the English league, because don't forget, he was the ex-captain at Manchester City. But all that will not matter because why? I'm going with Everton because why? As the underdog, they got more to fight for psychologically. Looking at Everton's form ever since they've been deducted 10 points, they know they're ranked 17th in the league. They know they're playing the second worst team in the league in Burnley, who got only 8 points, while Everton have 13 points. They need to climb out of the bottom top 3 teams in the league. With their form right now, last 3 games been all nothing but victories. 1-0 over Nottingham Forest, 1-0 or 3-0 over Newcastle United, and 2-0 over Chelsea. Who would have thought Everton, huh? Therefore, I have to go with Everton FC to collect the victory over Burnley. Everton, because I'm picking the game that's going to be game where teams are scraping and fighting, battling it out. So Everton FC will find a way to win this game. -1. Or scoreline 1-0 Everton or 2-1 Toffees. The Toffees got this game covered here. I have to go with Everton even though they're traveling to Burnley. Burnley's form, you cannot sell me problems here. Their form is terrible, and I'm expecting Burnley to lose in their own backyard. Sorry, it's just that your form can't be trusted. Let's look at Burnley's last 5 forms. Arsenal beat them 3-1. West Ham beat them 2-1. They only beat Sheffield United 5-0. The worst team in the league if I'm not mistaken. And lost to Wolverhampton, not a bad team to lose against, 1-0 at the Molineux, and then drew Brighton Albion. Because of your last 5 forms, Everton all in favor, I, and Everton 100% W to the team from Merseyside. Sorry, but I have to go with what makes sense here. Go Blues all day, and Blues win this game 1-0 or 2-1, and they might go on a riot, and if that defense fall asleep at Burnley. And then we have our third match. This game is Saturday, folks, at high noon, 12:30 p.m. All in favor of Everton FC. Congress had spoken. I wish the real one could agree on things, but we're not going to get political on here. But this football Congress has agreed. All in favor, I. Everton FC to collect the victory. I believe in you guys, and I expect you guys to clip Burnley. And then we have on Sunday, I can't call Arsenal games anymore, and I'll explain. I promised you guys I was not going to get emotional with this, but now with the way the club is heading under Mikel Arteta, I cannot wish Arsenal to lose. I do not wish Arsenal to draw. I want what's best for the club. Out of respect for Arsene Wenger, Ian Wright, Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, Mark Overmars, Tony Adam, Lee Dixon, Lauren, Sol Campbell, Pascal Sigan, I'm naming all my gunners, Jose Antonio Reyes. I will avoid calling Arsenal games over the next 5 matches because they have a lot to prove to all of us as Arsenal's fans. These 5 games should decide, or the next 10 games I would say, I'll say 5 to 7. I don't want to stretch it to 10. Pause. Should decide Mikel Arteta's fate. Because I want Mikel Arteta fired as a manager, I will avoid calling Arsenal's games for the next 5 to 7 to 10. Arsenal fans, if you don't wake up and smell the coffee by now, you will not wake up, for you shall remain lie in your coffin for the remaining of your Arsenal career as football fans. This club is heading down the same path Manchester United is already in right now. Except we are better at hiding our kitty litters under dust because why we are so good at peppering the cracks. Arsenal play at 9 a.m. against Brighton Albion. I wish the Gunners the best, and that's it. But we have Brentford versus Aston Villa on Sunday at 9 a.m. Let me repeat, I say, Unai Emery will travel to Brentford without Ivan Toney. From what I'm heard, he will not be sold to Arsenal because of some policies. He was suspended. Arsenal is trying to sign Ivan Toney to find a loophole in the Football Association's rules. And my God, some of these rules are so ancient. It is ridiculous that Arsenal will no longer get Ivan Toney. Where? And Arsenal will no longer get Victor Osimhen. And I'm hearing over the last 24 hours, we have been in contact with Naples for them to sell us the best striker, Victor Osimhen, the man who helped them win the Serie A last year. Where? Mikel Arteta. Where? They must have said he's been in contact with his eye doctor, because why? Mikel Arteta can't see tactics. This is why we keep losing game, folks. Arteta's blind as a bat. If you ask me, he should not be in contact with other players. He should try to go to his eye doctor to get some contacts or a pair of glasses so he can see some tactics. Because why? Arteta is... You know what I was about to say. Now, Unai Emery, I expect them to travel to Brentford, and this team, the way they're playing right now, third in the Premier League, 35 points, only 2 points behind the leading Liverpool. Let's not count Arsenal, because Arsenal may choke against Brighton. I hope not. I don't believe in hope. But for you guys, since you're needed nowadays, Aston Villa versus Brentford. Folks, at 9 a.m., I guarantee you, mark my word, Aston Villa will win this one on Sunday morning. I shit you not. They're too good nowadays. And Unai Emery is on next. He has figured out how to play in the Premier League. And I will never raise a finger against Coach Unai Emery because I know this man is a tactician. The only man at Arsenal, George Graham managed us. Because he had time. He only gave us one title in 1993 or 94. Or 91 if I'm not mistaken in my history. And my Gunnosaurus. That's what we call our dictionary at Arsenal Football Club. Arsene Wenger used to call it Le Gunnosaurus. You talking about the smartest manager that ever managed Arsenal Football Club since Herbert Chapman, since Arsene Wenger, Unai Emery, that guy. The Don Dada. Will collect the victory against Brentford, and I expect Aston Villa to be victorious on Sunday morning. 100%. I will not do any spread on this one. 100% W for Unai Emery, because I expect them to struggle in the first 20 minutes in the first half against Brighton Albion. Now, if you ask me for the history between these two clubs, the last time they met, it was a draw at Villa Park, 3-3. The last time they met at Brentford, at Brentford in their stadium, the score line was at the G-Tech Community, or in the Middlesex. Yes, folks, that's where it's located. It was 1-1. But the form Aston Villa is on right now, when I say form, folks, you don't understand. Aston Villa have been slapping teams upside the head. We're talking about the highest of the highest. Let's do a recapitulation. Bournemouth was a low draw. They patched that. Manchester City has fallen to Aston Villa 1-0. The team that was the reigning defending champion last season who's supposed to be leading all of us in first place. 1-0 loss to Aston Villa. Unai Emery showed you again it was not a tactic. He went to the Arsenal Football Club as he welcomed them in Aston Villa with Tom Hanks and all his multitude of owners and investors in the VIP booth. David O'Leary, the ex-Arsenal captain, was there watching because now he's a football director at Aston Villa. Watch. He's the reason why Unai Emery is hired at Aston Villa when he left the Arsenal Football Club. For all Arsenal fans who don't know who hired Unai Emery, it was your ex-Arsenal captain, David O'Leary, who saw the opportunity to hire him at Villa Park and said, you know what, since Arsenal did not appreciate your talent, you familiar with London surrounding because you were coaching there for a year and a half as an Arsenal manager. That's who brought him to Aston Villa, who recommended him to the likes of the Tom Hanks, who owned the club, and they were like, you know what, we don't know who he is, but since he was casted away, no pun intended, from the Arsenal Football Club on Gilligan's Island by himself to coach and Villarreal for 2 years, Unai Emery went to English class coach and learned everything in English from A to Z, and he's back in the UK with a vengeance collecting heads. Pause. This man will beat Brentford. I have zero doubt. The scoreline I'm looking for here, this is my preferred scoreline. I would like to see a 2-0 Villa, a 2-1 Villa, but knowing Unai Emery, so now he's on a vengeance tour, 3-1 at 80% Aston Villa. The 100% is for the money line. The 80% is for the score line. Aston Villa, I'm expecting them to demolish baby Brentford in their backyard. And then 3 points collected. Aston Villa goes second or even first if City and Arsenal fail and Liverpool fail to do their duty. Now, 4 games, and this is the one that you've all been waiting for. Liverpool versus Manchester United. Should I even say it? For those of you who know English football well, should I even bring these two titans? The animosity between these two teams. Let's not forget the tragedy of Hillsborough. Till this day, Liverpool fans will never forget what happened during the Hillsborough tragedy between them and the bad boys from Manchester, the Red Ones, the Red Devil, the Mancunians, Red Army of Manchester United. This is history that goes way beyond Sir Alex Ferguson before this team even changed their name from Newton Heath to the Manchester United as we know them as today. Liverpool always been Liverpool. The greatest product, English football, or should I say British football, one of the greatest product of British culture all across the globe. Yes, folks, the mighty, powerful Liverpool FC. And that created a jealousy from the Manchester United clan. And since they've been coached by Alex Ferguson, 1992-93 season, this animosity, because Liverpool is the most successful club in England. You don't believe me? Go look at the trophies. They have 20 if I'm not mistaken. United have 18 or 19 and Arsenal only have 13 collected as the third best team in England. And nowadays it would be Chelsea, a toss-up between them, and Manchester City, who's either third or fourth. In that order, I repeat, Liverpool 20 titles, United 18 to 19th, Arsenal Football Club 13, Premier League, FA Cups don't count. You had 14, but I don't count FA Cups as league trophies. Arsenal have not won the league since 2003 and 4 season. So the animosity between both Liverpool versus Manchester United. Oh yes, World War II. Let's not forget the incident that happened at Manchester, the bombing of Old Trafford, really, and that was a tragedy in World War II. And when Winston Churchill was the Prime Minister, and Liverpool fan, the Scousers, the Coppers, Always use that chant. My man, it's not appropriate to use this in a derby, but I get it. Manchester United fan roast you guys with the Hillborough tragedy thing, and you return the favor by using the bombing on Old Trafford. But let's keep it football. Let's not get into politics. At 11:30 a.m. on Sunday, I will be watching this one. Nothing brings me satisfaction as a gunner to watch my old rival, nowadays foes, wink, the Manchester United. Oh, that is Man United. If you're an Arsenal fan, you know what that song means. Liverpool will be hosting. Oh, yes. Manchester United at Anfield. And they will be opening the new stand. I believe they're going to call this one the Ian Rush stand. Kenny Dalglish already got his. Well, sooner or later they're going to have to give one to Robbie Fowler. But I'm afraid they will not do it. They might give this one to Kenny Dalglish got his. Ian Rush got his. I think they might put it toss up between Ian Rush or Stan Collymore. But again, that's Liverpool's affair. I'm not a copper. They have their own tradition. Let's evaluate this game before I close the show. And I have one boxing tip for you guys as well before I close. Head to head, I already gave you the history between these two clubs, and they hate each other's guts with a passion. In the last game, they played one another on March 5th, 2023. If I'm not mistaken, this was the initiation of Cody Gakpo when he did the salute sign. And Nunes, you know I respect Liverpool highly in England. And I expect Liverpool to walk on. That last scoreline was 7-0. Liverpool battered Manchester United at Anfield. And then prior to that game, at Anfield, Manchester United did beat them 4-0. But before that, on April 2022, on April 19th, Liverpool beat United 4-0. So at Anfield, best 3 out of 2 so far. Anfield 4-0. And then the most recent ass whooping 7-0 Liverpool. So, just like Ajax and Clorox and all the other detergent that we use in our household to clean the clots out of items, I expect Liverpool to clean the clots out of this shambolic Manchester United defense who's not on form. There is no way you can go to Old Trafford and collect a victory. United, no disrespect to Sir Ranceroni, no disrespect to Saeed, no disrespect to Rushi, all the Manchester United fans out there, no disrespect to Mitz Flex. You guys will be vomiting this Sunday morning at Anfield when you get stomped and dumped out of the top 7th ranked, because now United is 6th with 27 points, 10 points apart from Liverpool, who's the first team in the league, as I promised you guys, at 37 points, and they will remain number 1 after Sunday morning after they scalp Manchester United. So Liverpool all the way for the win. Folks, I'm expecting Liverpool to win this game against United. Minus 1 Liverpool on the spread, minus 2 Liverpool. On the money line, Liverpool 100%. Bet with your eyes closed for the W. There is no way that they will choke in their own stadium against a team like Manchester United and the form that United is in. In case you think I'm making this up, I'm not even going to recite it for you. I'm just going to show it to you. Look at the form of both teams. Now, if you're a wise better, me I make odds. You bet, I do the odds for you. If you look at this damn form between the two teams, Liverpool should be on my left, Manchester should be on my right. Would you put your money on Manchester United for this game? Would you please put Manchester United? No disrespect to the legend, it's just that you cannot be trusted with a game like this, where everything is riding on this football game. Folks, without further ado, this is where I close my show. I was long-winded because I had to gather stats because why? Because it's the second biggest derby for me when it comes to derbies. Me, I rank my derbies like this, folks. Number one, North London derby because I cannot stand the sight of Tottenham Hotspur. You know that, and I know that. And number two for me would be the derby of El Clasico, where I get to play these bombs called Barcelona on an annual basis twice a year on the calendar, and I would like that to be removed by the AFIF, aka FIFA. I just spell it backward for those of you who are cross-eyed. But my third favorite derby is, of course, the battle between Liverpool and Manchester United. This one never disappoint. There will be goals, and I highly suggest you order the game if you want to do it to pay-per-view, if you want to watch it. If you're in Canada, don't forget Football TV got you covered. In the United States of A en los Estados Unidos, ESPN got you covered, or ESPN Deportes if you are in Spain. This game will be available. I want you guys to witness history here. You're looking at a history between two British giants, Liverpool versus Manchester United. Yes, I always save the best for last. And for my boxing fans, do not hesitate. This Saturday, we already have UFC, and I told you guys yesterday how this thing will be decided. Our grounds game will be intense. Kobe Covington will have the edge on the ground in the striking department. Brother Leon will have the advantage with his Muay Thai and kickboxing. But it's gonna be UFC. It's gonna be tight. Enjoy the UFC game, and don't forget tomorrow we have Anthony Joshua's match will be next weekend. But we got a match for you, and I forgot to put this yesterday. Normally, I don't like talking about fights when it comes to soccer or European football, but this one, I have to make sure you guys well kept up with the schedule. We have the Japanese sensation, the monster, aka the best pound for pound. He's in the top five, I believe. He should be fighting tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken. Anthony Joshua fight will be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I believe we have Jake Paul fighting, but these are celebrity fights, ladies and gentlemen. He will be fighting Andre, what's his name? Andre August. Even though we are in December, I don't know what you're doing in the ring with Jake Paul. And Andre August will be fighting for 10 rounds in the cruiserweight against Jake Paul. I had to go with Jake Paul. And I believe this is a fighter. It's a celebrity fight. It's not even real boxing. But it's 10th round. It will be at 9 p.m. UK time. I believe will be at 2 a.m. UK time. Go with Jake Paul. He should beat Andre August. Cousin. I believe he's a cousin of mine. Augustus. You got to be Haitian. Or Andre August. But you will lose against Jake Paul. And then we have other fighters named they're not boxers. Okay, all right. Yada yada. Where is Inoue? You supposed to be fighting because this game is on ESPN. 1 second. Grimaldi versus Biagio. Francesco Deli versus Stefan Voda. Folks, I believe for the world class title they have JC Bam Rodriguez versus Sonny Edwards. 12-round affair. Avoid this one. Let me see here. But remember, go with Jake Paul guaranteed and Peter McRae. But these are low fights. And let me see here. Where's the Inoue fight? David Morrell versus, let me see here, Chris Colbert. Not a fight that's going to sell much. No disrespect, respect to the guys who put their life on the line here. But, folks, I'll keep you guys posted for the Anthony Joshua fight for, I believe, is on the 23rd in Saudi Arabia, where Joshua fight Otto Wallin and Deontay Wilder will fight Joseph Parker from New Zealand. Daniel Dubois versus Miller, Baby Miller. The steroid guy, but no, hey, allegedly. And then we have that's it for next weekend. So and then we'll see you guys on this 26th, where Naoya Inoue, the monster, this guy is one of my favorite boxers from Japan. He will be fighting Marlon Tapales. I believe you can do the bets ahead of time. That's why I'm giving you. Okay, you can do Jake Paul now. You can do it for the 26th for Inoue. For Joshua versus Wallin, I expect Joshua to beat Wallin in Saudi Arabia. I expect Deontay Wilder to have a hard fight against Joseph Parker, but with his knockout ratio, I expect Deontay Wilder bomb squad to knock out Joseph Parker for 12-round heavyweight fight, and the English sensation Daniel Dubois to beat Jared Baby Miller for 10 round, but he better be on his P's and Q's. Even though Miller has been out for like 2 years because of his suspension, he's the underdog here in a heavyweight 10-round fight be careful of the underdog. And don't forget, you can get online and get your propers now a week ahead of time for the 23rd. Dubois from the UK facing the American Gerald Miller. 10-round fight. Wilder, favorite to beat Parker with a knockout for 12 round. This fight will not go 12 round. It's a heavyweight fight. AJ will not go 12 round for against Otto Wallen. I don't have to do it next week. Next week, I just have to say, this is your fight presentation. You can do it right now. AJ, victory, knockout against Otto Wallen. This fight will go the distance at 70%, but actually 40%. It's a heavyweight. I expect AJ at to 60% to put this guy out of his misery for 12 round. Daniel Dubois to this one may go 10 round, but I expect you have superior boxing skill. Gerald Miller is a bully. He will try to rope tie you, and out of that, he's going to throw a lot of uppercuts. And if you can keep the distance for 10 rounds, I expect you next weekend to be victorious by beating him in decision and going the distance for 10 rounds. Now, as for Inoue, close my eyes on the 26th, folks. I guarantee you're going to get your money's worth. Knockout, it's a 12 round. If this fight make it to round 7, my name is not Marcus Ruben Pierre, the first of my kind. So, folks, don't forget tomorrow's guaranteed for boxing. Jake Paul beat Mr. Augustus because why? I've never saw Augustus fought. Well, unless you were roaming on the battlefield fighting warlords and people in the forest. This one is not. He's not seasoned up, and he's gonna get seasoned out by Jake Paul within 10 rounds. It may go 10 rounds, but I'm expecting a Jake Paul KO or a TKO. So that's all I have today, folks. And I'll see you guys on the next Kenny Spod-Cast, inshallah, next week. And peace out. And I'm done.
Killer House. Yeah. Killer House. Brick Mall. Gotti Click. Bitch. What you're about to hear can be devastating to your ear.
Look, you thought you won two, but you just lost one. Got Patron on my dome, thick chicks in the trunk. I'm in the streets like Little Zay in the slum. I'm the best man like Tay Diggs on the drum. I'm from Brick City, be on the lookout. We roll deep like the Wans, dead at your cookout. Bad boy, Mama Duke pushed out. Told Def Jam, watch the plan that I put down. Killer House, testicle 1, 2, check clear. Then there's no question what I'm gon' do. I'm in your Harlem Nights with Dominique Peru, drunk as hell, getting head at the comedy review. I stay around the corner from Park Hill. I ain't hard to find, but I'm sure hard to kill. Say, party over there. Watch the truck grill, only do with HBO on my windshield. I chill like EMP making dollars and L's that I roll the size of Godfathers. Everybody know you click, but I'm lava. I'm drunk off liquor, bitch, so I'm driving. Yo, chick know it's time to leave. Let's go, yo. Gotta go and grab my keys. Let's go, yo. Chick trying to steal my weed. Let's go, yo. Let's go, yo. Let's go, yo. Redman is in the Easy Packer. Get that Green Bay up off eBay. I moved up like Georgia Weezy, Greasy. Sit your wifey to BK for a cheesecake. DJ, spin it back one time. Yeah, mama say, mama side, mama mako side. I supply the real shit when hip-hop go dry. Mexicans love the way that the vato ride. Hottest thing with the pen since Picasso died. 26 on the tie, fitted, white tee. Hit the hood like nighttime with 3 minutes. Oh, back up in this bitch like whoa. They just started a fight on the main flow. Let's go, yo. Chick know it's time to leave. Let's go, yo. Gotta go and grab my keys. Let's go, yo. Chick trying to steal my weed. Let's go, yo. Let's go, yo. Let's go, yo. Chick know it's time to leave. Let's go, yo. Gotta go and grab my keys. Let's go, yo. Chick trying to steal my weed.